Hi there, this is Teresa Eicher with Counseling and Wellness Services of Archibald. We are in partnership with Jill Holgrave Wellness Consulting Services, and I hope you are staying warm on this nice day. So these temperatures have been a little chilly here recently, and I know in our household we are just like running from the house to the car, to the car to the building, so that we can stay out of this cold as much as possible. But hopefully some warmer temps are coming our way. So I just wanted to start with just asking you to take a little bit of time, do a little bit of reflection since that first of the year, and just take a moment and notice where maybe you have pivoted a bit this past month thus far. So I know we're 20 some days into the month, but just kind of wondering, like, have you taken a moment to do some reflection? And just, where have you pivoted? How has that looked? How so have you pivoted? And just how is that going for you? Is it going well? Are we struggling? If so, what do we think is behind the struggle? And how might we make that easier for you along the way? What needs to be changed? I think it's so important that just as we navigate this time and build these new habits and, that we are just doing some form of reflection and evaluation. But as we get into it today, I wanted to take a little bit of time and just walk you through a exercise that I do sometimes with clients. Oftentimes I'll have people who come in and they will share with me that they are just feeling very overwhelmed. Maybe they have invasive thoughts as they're navigating life and doing tasks. They'll have thoughts or ideas that pop into their head. They'll share with me at times that sometimes these thoughts can just spiral and lead to maybe some catastrophic thinking or worst case scenario thinking. And just questioning how to turn the mind off. I see this a lot of times with people who have more generalized anxiety disorders. I see this sometimes with people who have panic disorders. I also see this a lot with people who struggle to sleep at night. They'll tell me as they get ready to go to bed, just all of a sudden, all the things start flooding through. So issues that are unresolved, hardships in relationships, things coming up at work, things coming up with the family. And they say, I go to lay down and rest, and then all of a sudden, I can't rest at all because I have myself completely worked up with this. So this exercise will be what we call a container exercise. And it's building on a little bit of visualization and just working off of that. As we move into the container exercise, what I tend to find is helpful is if we just close our eyes and maybe take a deep breath and just work at relaxing our body. And we're going to first start by noticing our container. So each and every person may have a container that is just unique to them. But it's a container that we notice, that we can see, that it allows for an endless supply. So as many thoughts as we have, we can put them into our container if necessary. So it might be a really large container. It might be a normal size container and just be able to be manipulated and navigate all of those thoughts. But I just want you to notice the size of the container. I want you to notice what your container looks like. What color is it? What are the details on your actual container? And where is your container located? We want our container to be in a safe space. So maybe it's somewhere in our house, maybe it's somewhere at work, but somewhere that just you and I might know where our containers are at. Other people don't need to know. But we know that it's safe and we feel confident that it's secure. And I just want you to think about, how is it secure? Is there a locking mechanism on it? Is it one of those things that, are kind of invisible to other people's eye? How do we know that it's safe and secure? And when you open your container up, what do you see inside? Is it a filing system inside? Is it like a safe where you swing it open and it's kind of wide open? What is your organizational system to your container? So now that we can kind of see and have a visualization of what that container looks like, now what we're going to do is we're going to take a thought. And if you think about this thought on maybe a 1 to 10 distress level scale, with 10 being high distress, so maybe we're having a panic attack, maybe we can't think about it at all because it's too scary, and 1 being cool as a cucumber, a-okay, no problem at all. Maybe we take a thought that might be on a distress level of like 3 or 4. So a thought that comes into our head might bother us, a topic that, kind of repeatedly comes back, may cause some slight distress, but we can also tolerate it. And I just want you to notice that thought. I want you to notice that topic. And I want you to put it into your container. So whatever your system of organization is for your container, let's go through that process of organizing it. And let's put that thought into the container. And I just want you to see that filed away. Notice that it's filed away. Notice that it's organized. Notice that it's in your container. And I want you to close your container. And so maybe that then is locking it, maybe it's closing it, and just knowing that, okay, it might be in plain sight, but I'm the only one that understands what it is, and I'm the only one that can see it. But I want you to notice that that thought is in a place that is safe, it's organized, it's there, we can go back to it. If we need it, we can go back to it and we can pull that thought back out. But we can make the decision on when we're going to go back to that thought, and we can make the decision on when and how we pull that thought back out. But it's here, it's in a safe and secure place, and that thought doesn't need to come back and pop up when maybe it's not so convenient. So I just want you to notice the safety and the security of having that thought put away. And let's just be able to sit in that and sit in the peace of that. Let's take a deep breath. And if your eyes are still closed, let's open them up. And let's just come back to the present. And a few things I want you to think about. So 1, you can do this with as many thoughts as you'd like, and so, or as many topics as you'd like. So this can be really helpful for those invasive thoughts that just kind of nag at us at time, or when we're, trying to get to sleep and these topics keep coming up into our head. This can be really great for that, and you can do it as many times as you need. But I also encourage people just to practice it. Like anything in life, we're typically not great at it the first time that we do it. So when we do it with repetition, a lot of times we improve our skills at being able to do it, and we're more efficient at it as well. And so this just might be something to consider, just giving a shot, taking a try on it, and just seeing how it might be helpful as far as kind of decluttering the mind, helping your body to relax, hopefully getting maybe some restful sleep or even just some peace. All right. Well, I hope this finds you well, and I will talk with you soon.